In this video, you are going to see the complete walkthrough of the camera settings on the Insta360 camera. I'm currently using the Insta360 X5 guys. If you're using an older version, the options are pretty much the same. You might just notice some minor UI differences. So follow the steps I'm going to show you in this video to avoid any confusion or errors. In the previous video, I showed you how to connect the camera with the mobile app. You can check that video for more information. Now coming to the settings, this is the screen you will see. If you click on the video icon at the bottom left, you can change the mode as well as switch between single lens or 360-degree video from the top. If you swipe down from the top, you will see some more quick settings. Right now, I'm in single lens mode. To change the video settings, click on the video format option at the bottom where it currently shows 4K. From there, you can change the resolution and frame rate. Note that the resolution and frame rate options change depending on the type of video you are recording. Always check before choosing. Only in single lens mode, you get these different view options, so pick according to your preferences. If you want wide recording, use the mega view. Just play around with these options. You will usually end up loving one or two, so stick to those. Next, if you want to change the aspect ratio, swipe from the bottom, then select the ratio option at the top. This way, you can switch between 16:9 or 9:16. Then if you go back, you can choose different resolutions and frame rates. If you swipe to the left, you will get all the controls for color, white balance, saturation, etc. If you swipe to the right, you can see all your recently recorded files. If you want to change the lens in single lens mode, use the option on the right side to switch between the front and back lens. If you choose 360-degree video, you can rotate at any angle you like. Even the resolution and frame rate options change here compared to single lens mode. Also, at the top, you can see the active HDR and adaptive color tone options. Next, coming to the buttons, the left side button acts as the shutter button. On this camera, there is a button on the right side that you can customize as well. For example, you can create a custom recording mode for that button. That way you don't have to go back into settings and change everything each time. Just press that button once and the mode activates instantly. You can also do custom video settings by adjusting the exposure, color balance, saturation levels, and so on. That said, if you don't want to bother with that, automatic mode works completely fine for daytime conditions. If you're using any ND filters, then you will need to adjust these settings manually. But for most cases, automatic mode works beautifully. That's pretty much for the settings. Apart from the video mode, there are a few other modes too, including photo mode. This camera is great for recording videos, especially 360-degree videos. So those options are available as well, apart from regular 360-degree video. If you want, you can go through it. The options are straightforward. Now, coming to the interesting part, what about the Moto vlogging setup? I mean, the settings for it. For that, make sure you use the L bracket along with a J clamp mount attached to a helmet chin mount. I have added all the related links I mentioned in this video in the description box for your convenience. You can check them out after watching. Once the accessory setup is done, open Insta360 and make sure you enable 360 video. Yes, you heard that right, 360-degree video, not single lens video. Because if you enable 360 mode, you will have enough room to show or hide the POV shots later during editing. Don't worry, I'll also make a dedicated video on how to edit these videos using the Insta360 Studio software, where I'll cover everything in detail. If you're using any ND filters, make sure to do a custom video settings that I told previously, like fixing the ISO and frame rates. And if your memory card supports higher speeds, you can also use log recording for better color control. If you're not using any ND filters, just keep the settings on automatic. If you want that motion blur effect, you'll need to enable it from the software itself. Now coming to the video quality and frame rate, I always record at 5.7K resolution, not 4K. 5.7K gives you the flexibility to use that footage for multiple purposes like short form content or long form 4K content. Yes, you can record in 8K as well, but make sure you are using a higher speed, higher storage memory card. The higher the resolution, the better the footage. That's it. Now just hit the record button and you are ready to shoot your moto vlogging videos. And by the way, if you want slow motion shots, always record at a higher frame rate so you can add those slow motion movements within the video. I always record at 60 FPS, sometimes 30 FPS, but I never go lower than that. That's pretty much everything about the Moto vlogging settings you can use as a beginner, and that's it. This covers the complete camera settings guide along with the best settings for vlogging with the Insta360 camera. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends or neighbors, anyone who owns this camera or any action camera and isn't sure about the best settings for vlogging. And one more thing, after watching a couple of videos on this channel, hit that subscribe button. You'll definitely enjoy the content since I post it not just for fun but to genuinely informational too.